Madam Chair, members of the committee, good morning. I'm Christina Sandefur on behalf of the Goldwater Institute, testifying in favor of the bill. Unfortunately, every year, millions of Americans are diagnosed with terminal illnesses, and hundreds of thousands every year will die due to terminal illnesses. Now, that's the bad news. The good news is that there is hope on the horizon. We can now create cutting-edge, individualized treatments. These are treatments that are tailor-made for a particular person using their own cells. They're treatments that can more effectively fight off specific diseases, things like cancer, ALS, Alzheimer's, and many, many more. Science and technology are not standing in the way of progress. Old federal rules and red tape are. Medical innovation these days is quickly outpacing regulation that was put into place decades ago for very, very different medicines. And these life-saving medicines of the future are being blocked by regulations of the past. Now, the FDA's approval process just wasn't designed for individualized treatments. It was created for our typical one-size-fits-all medications. So under that process, approval can take decades. That's just time that dying patients don't have. And it can also require testing on large numbers of people. But of course, an individualized medicine is made for one person and their specific situation. And what does that mean? That means that dying patients in America today are routinely denied the best and sometimes the only chance at saving their lives. We have to fix this. A friend's life, a loved one's life, your life one day could depend on this. But there is hope. We can dismantle these obstacles that stifle innovation, and we can unleash the future of medicine. And we don't have to wait on the FDA to do that. Just a few years ago, 41 states, including the state of Arizona, passed the original right to try law with overwhelming bipartisan support. And in 2018, right to try became federal law, again, with bipartisan support. Today, the original right to try law is saving patients' lives with treatments that are safe but aren't yet FDA approved. These are people like former Navy pilot Matt Bellina, who had ALS and couldn't even walk, couldn't even stand, who's now able to stand, who's able to speak to his kids and enjoy time with his family, or the hundreds of cancer patients in Texas who were given death sentences, but are now, many of them, still alive today. But our work isn't done. Today, we can expand that original right to try to include the best cutting-edge individualized medicines. So Right to Try 2.0 is really simple. It's for patients who are diagnosed with a life-threatening or severely debilitating illness. They're out of approved traditional treatment options. They've been prescribed an individualized medicine by their doctor, and they've given written informed consent. And just like the original Right to Try that is now federal law and functioning today, Right to Try 2.0 protects patient safety. It applies the same federal safety rules that are already in place for scientific research to these individualized treatments. Bottom line is that lives are at stake. We can act today to protect the right of people to safeguard the most precious right of all, the right to try to save their own lives, and frankly, the right to hope. So thank you so much for your time, and I'm happy to answer any questions anyone may have.